Wentz Financial Group presents Zips Basketball Weekly with John Groce. Investment management for your lifetime. Contributing sponsors include Summa Health, it's your health. Let's own it together. Bud Light, the world's famous light beer. Dilly Dilly. Doubletree by Hilton Akron Fairlawn, preferred hotel of Zips Athletics. By your Akron, Canton, Bryant heating and cooling dealers. And the Spaghetti Warehouse, famous for its 15-layer lasagna.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to another week of Zips Basketball Weekly with head coach John Groce, brought to you every week by our friends at the Wentz Financial Group. Well, the Zips are 9-5 right now, 1-0 in the Mid-American Conference after a big win over Western Michigan on Saturday. Coach, we're going to talk a lot of basketball today. We're going to go all the way back to that Tennessee State game, but I know you are most proud of that big win at Western Michigan. It's a big grind. You got number one.
It was. It was a great win for us, obviously, to get off to a great start in conference play. It was huge, Joe, and it was a meat grinder. It was. And defensively, you know, in grading out the film, it was the best defensive performance our team has had during our time at Akron, and we've really shot up in that area. We continue to beat that drum and moved up significantly in the national rankings due to the defensive performance and the league rankings to where we're second behind Buffalo defensively. So we've got to continue to bring that hard hat on that end of the floor every night. It gives you a chance.
You have played great defense. I mentioned that on the radio a couple times during the Western Michigan game. Everybody seemingly has bought into that.
No question about it. Top to bottom, everyone that's playing right now knows that that we've got to have great ability to defend. It gives you a chance if you defend and rebound every night. It was something that we were missing last year, and over the course of 10 months, it's something we've emphasized mentally, emotionally, physically, work those habits through preseason practice, and as the season has started through the non-conference, continue to build those and form those as we head into league play. And, you know, we've got to continue to have that defensive effort and that type of execution on that end, night in, night out.
There you go. Well, you ready to talk some basketball?
Let's do it.
Let's go all the way back to that Tennessee State game on December 18th. The Zips taking on Tennessee State Tigers. And, Coach, 2 good halves. You forced 19 turnovers in that game, played well.
Again, our defense, which is ahead of our offense, certainly was at that juncture as well. I thought really spearheaded us in that victory. You see there Dan making a big shot from the top of the key, and here's points off turnovers where we get out in transition. Those 19 turnovers led to opportunities for us in fast break fashion, and we took full advantage of those.
You had 3 players in double figures. Lauren Jackson, 23, Jamon Ivey, 19, Daniel Utomi, 18, so you spread it out a little bit.
We've got good balance. We do. We have guys that have the ability to get double figures that play, you know, for us at all the positions. It makes us a much tougher cover, certainly, than we were last year at this time. And I really think our offense is the one thing that's got to continue to improve, taking care of the ball, making free throws, finishing in and around the paint. And that's why I think we have a high ceiling. I don't think by any means that we've arrived at, certainly on the offensive end.
Tennessee State out of the Ohio Valley Conference. Akron fans remember when the Zips were in the OVC years ago. They play a pretty upscale style. They run and gun.
They do. Their style of play is very tempo-oriented in terms of fast break style. They want to get up and down. And, you know, we welcome that. Certainly in that game, I thought we got out in transition and had our fair share of opportunities there before their defense was set.
One of the better games for Lauren Jackson as he continues to lead you at point guard. As he said, he had 23 points and really got to the rim.
He can get in the paint, and it's a matter of making good decisions when he gets in there, which he's done for the most part all year. You know, he's one of the leaders in the Mid-American Conference and nationally in assist-to-turnover ratio. He's our quarterback out there. We trust his decision-making and his judgment, and he's a good one.
Great defense, Coach, but are you surprised more teams haven't tried to post him up a little bit? He's been tough.
Yeah, well, teams have tried. You know, we have schemes defensively, obviously, to take that into consideration, and our guys have done a good job executing those schemes.
All right, let's go all the way out to Reno, Nevada on December 22nd against the number 6 team in the nation, the Wolfpack of Nevada. And, Coach, I told you this during the postgame. I thought you had a great game plan against Nevada.
We did, and the guys defensively were terrific. And I think it's what's given us confidence heading into league play. I mean, obviously, if you can guard them, they were ranked 4th in the nation offensively coming into the game. And so when we guarded them like we did out there in that type of environment with that crowd against that quality competition, I think it gave our guys increased confidence in what our defense can get done. Now, what was interesting after watching the film, I think our guys saw when they got back from Christmas, the number of opportunities that we have from an execution standpoint, especially offensively, that could have got us over the hump in that game. So we're certainly not into moral victories, but I do think we took some things away from that game, especially defensively, and gained some confidence in our ability to guard just about anybody.
I'll tell you, one of the things I think that hurt Nevada early, you trapped and doubled down on that post on the block. That caused them some problems.
Yeah, that's part of our scheme and coverage that we were talking about or alluding to there earlier when you asked about people posting up Christian. And we did a good job of executing that. We continued to get better with that, and our guys have really bought into that end of the floor.
You're down by only 3 at the half. You come down to the final minute, Coach. They hit a deep 3, which really hurts you. They don't make that 3. That's up for grabs.
Yeah, it's 60-57,
Right.
And we had a blown coverage on block defense. And, you know, obviously sometimes when you just make one mistake, when you're playing a high-level team like that, it certainly can make a big difference in the outcome.
Nobody's come closer to Nevada since you played them.
Yeah, no, they're very, very good. Yeah. And Eric does a great job coaching them. And obviously they're very old. They're the oldest team in college basketball. So great players. It was a great opportunity for us. I think we gained a lot from the experience. Obviously would have liked to have had a different outcome. But we learned a lot from it, and I think it's going to make us better.
Hey, something special happened this past week. Jamond Ivey joined a 1,000-point club here at the University of Akron. We're going to come back with a special feature on that young man from Cleveland right after this.
The difference with Wentz Financial Group is that we do not have a cookie-cutter answer to any of our clients' needs. Every day is completely different in the market, and every client situation is unique. We value the opportunity and responsibility to manage the hopes and dreams of our 3,000 customers nationwide.
Come see the difference Wentz Financial Group can make for your financial future. Wentz Financial Group. Investment management for your lifetime.
The University of Akron is more than a college or campus.
It's a connection to the community.
To the thousands of opportunities right here in Northeast Ohio.
And to the partnerships with employers and organizations.
Like the LeBron James Family Foundation, where we connect kids to life-changing possibilities.
It's the strength of UA, this city, and these connections.
It's where students make an impact on their community and in the world.
While still making an impact
in the classroom,
on the track,
in the boardroom,
and in my community.
That's what makes us the University of Akron.
Okay, welcome back to Zips Basketball Weekly with head coach John Groce. A special occasion this week, Coach. One of your favorites, one of my favorites. Jamond Ivey joins the 1,000-point club.
Yeah, I'm really proud of Jamond, obviously. Not so much for the points. The points are the points, but how he's improved as a player, as a person, you know, where he's come from, where he is now. You know, there's a lot of people that have a lot to do with that. His family, Coach Dan Brott and his staff, now our staff, people that are around them, and most importantly, Jamond himself, you know, has really bought in. And, you know, we still, we talk about all the time. Yesterday was his last conference home opener.
Sure.
You know, against Carnegie Mellon was his last non-conference game.
That's right.
And so he's starting to understand, hey, the hourglass, it's sifting right now, and taking full advantage of that, not taking anything for granted. And I love his disposition right now. Obviously, he's a big part of our team.
Great young man. Let's meet Jamond Ivey right now.
Tomey and Jamond Ivey. Ivey in a post-up. Ivey now going to fade away. Count that. And one coming at the line.
But a great up and under move. Hits that signature fade away.
There it is.
Finds the bottom of the net.
1,000 career points for Jamond Ivey, who's had a stellar career.
Coming into college, I wasn't really looking to score 1,000 points. I mean, obviously I thought about it a little bit, but you know, I was more focused on winning. So the fact that I got it is big to me. You know, it was ups and downs. My freshman year, I didn't know if I can get it because I only averaged like 2 points because of my minutes was down because of injuries and you know, being a freshman. So I really wasn't thinking about it, but I think kind of towards the end of last year, I really seen that it was an achievable goal. So I went forward, and to get it on a free throw and one, on my patented move, my fadeaway that I work on so much, it made it even more special for me. And I mean, I'm just blessed and thankful.
The 1,000 point, that was great, man. That motivated me. You know, I told him I was next. I was up next, but of course I'm not. You know, I got a long way to go. I actually told him like I'll be the last one to get 1,000 points. But that's amazing though, because you know, I scored 1,000 points in high school, but to score it on this level, that's amazing. You know, I know how hard it is, so to score at this level was amazing.
Coming to the game, I knew that I needed 6 points. 6 points, yeah, 6 points to get that 1,000 points. So I think I made a 3 first or something like that. Then when I got the N1 on my shot, I felt a little pressure. I knew I had to make that free throw to get the 1,000 points. So I made it, I buried it, and you know, the rest is history.
His leadership, man, he just loves basketball. You could tell that because he take the game so serious. Every time, you know, I live next door to him. I live next door from him, so every time I go over there and talk to him, he watching basketball. He watching tapes, watching, you know, film on LeBron James, Kobe, you know, great players. And if he not watching film, he in the gym. So, you know, that's how he motivate me.
To have a single game scoring record obviously means a lot. You know, to be in the record books for anything is a blessing in itself, but to have that record and, you know, to know my name's gonna always be in the record books unless somebody beat it. I hope not. I hope Dan don't get it.
The first time we met, I remember it was on my visit, wasn't it?
Yeah, on your visit, yeah. I know.
Was it? Well, one memory I got in mind is my first time coming to Akron. I got my bags and stuff coming from Houston, and I had these glasses on.
Oh yeah.
I remember him saying that he hated it so much.
I hated the glasses. My first time seeing them, I thought the glasses looked foolish on him. But from that very moment, we grown. We clicked.
First came here, I know he had the leadership in him, but you know, they was older guys, so he couldn't really show it. And once the new coach came in, Coach Groce, I seen that he really has that. He's like right now our emotional leader and our vocal leader.
Congratulations once again to Jamond Ivey, the newest member of the Akron 1,000 Point Club. We're going to take a break, come back and talk more basketball. Head coach John Groce right after this.
Roman was born with a hole in his heart. But thanks to the experts at Summa who found the problem and fixed it quickly, he's feeling 26 again. Not 76. Minimally invasive heart procedures, many performed in under 2 hours. Summa Health, vital for getting back in the game and more.
Sir Jeremy, you are a true friend of the crown. Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.
Madam Susan, you are an even truer friend of the crown. Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.
What is that?
This is a spiced honey mead wine that I have really been into lately.
Please follow Sir Brad. He's going to give you a private tour of the pit of misery.
I'm sorry, what?
Pit of misery. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly.
Here's to the friends you can always count on.
Welcome back to Zips Basketball Weekly with head coach John Groce. Right now it's time to take a look at some more highlights, starting with that win over Carnegie Mellon. And coach, you got this one in prior to the Mid-American Conference opener.
We did. I loved our guys' disposition when we came back from the holidays. We've had our best practices of the year after the holidays. And some teams, you know, they have a hard time making that transition back. I think our guys are hungry and anxious to learn and get better, and coming off that, you know, tough loss at Nevada, you know, really wanted to improve and grow, and I think that we've done that. Certainly started with that game on the 30th. Thought we had great effort and really played unselfishly and got contributions from a lot of guys that night.
Zips led 43-27 at halftime. You had 4 players in double figures, and one thing I like, coach, guys work awful hard in practice. You dressed, I think 12 or 13, everybody got into the game.
They did, yeah. We were able to check out rotations one more time right before conference play and see what we felt like might be best as we entered season 2. This game gave us a chance to do that, and we did. We got contributions from a lot of guys in the game, and guys added value in a lot of different ways.
You told me of 22, Chandler Banks 13, Tyler Cheese 12, Jamond Ivey 11 to lead you, coach. Spread out the scoring again.
We did, yeah. We're very versatile in that way. I think part of it right now for us on offense is just trusting, continuing to trust more, take good care of the ball, make free throws, make layups. You know, those are some things I think that can really help our offensive efficiency to where we can get it to climb where it's competing with our defense. Right now it's not, and that's the next step for us.
You know, give credit to Carnegie Mellon. Anytime you play a D3, D2, they're going to give you their best shot.
Oh, it's like the Super Bowl.
It is.
You know, it was Cedarville earlier in the year, and both those coaches do a great job, those two non-D1s that we played, and challenged us in different ways.
Okay, Saturday afternoon, the Zips open up Mid-American Conference play at home, and it was a nice win, Coach. It was a white knuckler all the way through this one, though.
It was. Our defense really showed up in a big way. I mean, I don't know how many games, Joe, would certainly have to look or have BD research it, but in my career as a coach or our staff over 11 or 12 years where you shoot under 30% from the field, 19% from three, and win the game. And that shows you how good our defense was certainly yesterday, and we're going to need that moving forward as we get ready to go on the road. You have to pack your defense and pack your rebounding in this league when you play away from home. And, you know, I think our guys have learned that through our experiences in non-conference, and, you know, we get a chance to see if we can man up on that end of the floor here this upcoming week.
Steve French and I mentioned this on the radio broadcast, Coach. Boy, they let them play. Very physical game.
No, it was a typical Mid-American Conference game. Certainly at halftime, I reminded the guys there were only 14 fouls called for both teams, you know, both teams combined. And, you know, hey, inside position's not enough on blockouts. They're not calling that. You know, you got to be physical and play through drives. You know, I thought it was a very, very physical game. And you, as a player, you have to adjust and adapt. And as a coach, to how each game is played, because they're sometimes officiated a little bit differently. And I thought our guys did that in the second half in particular.
You're down 24-23 at halftime, but you come out, start the second half with a little bit of a spurt.
We did, yeah. It's interesting, and you said it after the game, Joe, on the radio. Neither team was able to get a lot of distance until the last spurt that we had with about 4 or 5 minutes to go, and obviously that ended up being the difference in the game.
I'll tell you, Jamond Ivey, I thought was just all over the floor Saturday afternoon. He showed you great senior leadership offensively and defensively.
Yeah, it was the best I thought he had played both ends simultaneously in the 2 years I've been with him, and felt that way during the game. Certainly the film showed that as well, and played like a senior should play. And that's what we want from him, and he's got to now bring that every day, set the bar from an effort standpoint, you know, very high.
There's the best thing that can happen, a handshake with a win after a game, Coach.
Yeah, no, we're very fortunate and grateful. I've been on both ends of those, and you're right. It was an opportunity for us to learn and grow from a win. It certainly beats an opportunity to learn and grow from a loss, but, you know, we've got to do that here over the next day or two, and with the whole point being that we want to be better when we play Central Michigan on Tuesday night.
That's right. Zips 1-0 at Central Michigan on Tuesday night, at Northern Illinois on Saturday afternoon. We're going to take a break, come back with our Players of the Week right after this.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family cool this summer,
let me show you how this works.
It takes Bryant.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
And to keep your family comfortable, it takes H-Jacks Plumbing and Heating. Find them at hjacks.com.
The difference with Wentz Financial Group is that we do not have a cookie-cutter answer to any of our clients' needs. Every day is completely different in the market, and every client situation is unique. We value the opportunity and responsibility to manage the hopes and dreams of our 3,000 customers nationwide.
Come see the difference Wentz Financial Group can make for your financial future. Wentz Financial Group. Investment management for your lifetime.
Okay, right now it's time for our weekly player awards, and a player whose stock is on the rise big time is 6'9" sophomore Jaden Sales out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Coach, he's giving you quality minutes.
He really has, Joe. He's continued to get better. You know, we've asked him to play with great motor, great toughness, great energy, great effort. His job's to catch and finish. His job's to defend and rebound and provide us with some physicality in his minutes. And he's really done that here recently, and it's a big addition in terms of adding value to how we're playing. And we need him to continue to do it.
Against Western Michigan, he played 18 minutes, 5 points, 4 rebounds, 1 block, coming off an injury last year. Our player on the rise, Jaden Sales. How about our player of the week, Coach? We've talked a lot about him, and we're going to talk a little bit more about Jamond Ivey because he is just a team leader right now. He's doing everything you can ask as a coach.
Well, I thought he led by example, certainly in the home opener, which was our conference opener there against Western Michigan, with his effort And you said it there off the air, Joe. He just had a disposition where refuse to lose type attitude, and obviously that wears on your team in a really good way. And I think he's playing at a pretty high level right now, and excited for him here as we move forward in league play.
Yeah, listen to these stats for Jamond Ivey against Western Michigan. 18 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. He played 36 minutes, Coach.
Yeah, no, he was terrific, especially at the defensive end, and obviously was very efficient offensively and made big plays for us.
I'll tell you, he's going to have to continue to play a lot of minutes. The Zips right now heading on the road. They will bus up to Central Michigan on Monday, take on the Chippewas on Tuesday night, then fly out to DeKalb at Northern Illinois for a Saturday afternoon game against the Huskies. We're going to come back and talk about those 2 games right after this.
The University of Akron is more than a college or campus.
It's a connection to the community.
To the thousands of opportunities right here in Northeast Ohio.
And to the partnerships with employers and organizations.
Like the LeBron James Family Foundation, where we connect kids to life-changing possibilities.
It's the strength of UA, this city, and these connections.
It's where students make an impact on their community and in the world.
While still making an impact
in the classroom,
on the track,
in the boardroom,
and in my community.
That's what makes us the University of Akron.
Roman was born with a hole in his heart. But thanks to the experts at Summa who found the problem and fixed it quickly, he's feeling 26 again. Not 76. Minimally invasive heart procedures, many performed in under 2 hours. Summa Health, vital for getting back in the game and more.
Well, the grind of the Mid-American Conference begins big time for the Zips this coming week. 2 road games. Tuesday night up at Central Michigan against the Chippewas, and they are off to a great start under head coach Keno Davis. Coach, they're 12-2. They had a big win on Saturday down at Oxford against Miami.
They're really good offensively. Guys got to bring their track shoes. You know, they're averaging close to 90 points a game. The pace that they play at on makes and misses is at breakneck speed. So we've got to make sure that we get back and we get our defense set, and something that I think is a huge key to the game.
They're riding a 6-game winning streak, Coach. They beat Miami 84-77 to continue to put points on the board. They got a few new players, but they seem to blend in well in that offense.
They do. They're 2 guards, obviously. Roundtree and Austin are kind of the head of the snake, but DeLeo can really play. McKay I love his game. Great energy, plays with great toughness. They added a junior college 5-man, Rob Montgomery. And then they bring shooting off the bench and a 5-man that I think is a really good, forceful roller and rebounder. So they're going about 9 deep right now, and you know, we've got to be ready to go, and it starts with transition defense.
You've played up in Mount Pleasant many times, Coach. Tough place to play. That's a long trip up there.
It is, but you can't, you know, you got to be unconditional in this league, and you've got to pack your defense and your rebounding every night, and you've got to control what you can control, have great poise and composure, and try to be the same team every night with great consistency. So that'll be the challenge. We'll certainly be talking to our guys a lot about that heading into Tuesday night's game.
Then the Zips come home on Wednesday. They will fly out to DeKalb, Illinois on Friday afternoon, and they'll have a Saturday afternoon game against the Northern Illinois Huskies, who had a great win against Ohio down in Athens in overtime, Coach.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like a lot of the road teams won over the weekend, so we feel blessed and grateful to have gotten it done at home. But you know, any win in this league, home or away, I mean, it's like gold. You take it, you learn from it, you move on, and you get ready for the next round.
They had 4 players in double figures against the Bobcats. As we said, that game went into overtime, Coach. They won it 72-66. Any road win is gold in this league.
No question. Any win, period.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a great challenge. We knew that coming in. We're excited about the challenge and looking forward to this next one against Central Michigan.
We're going to fly out to DeKalb, which is going to make it a little bit easier. We don't want to bus out to DeKalb.
Yeah, we'll get there, get back. But right now our focus is on the chips.
Exactly. Coach, great win over Western Michigan. Let's keep it rolling this week.
No doubt. Thanks, Joe.
For head coach John Groce, I'm Joe Dunn. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here next week with more Zips Basketball Weekly with the coach, John Groce. Have a great week, everybody.
Wentz Financial Group presents Zips Basketball Weekly with John Groce. Investment management for your lifetime. Contributing sponsors include Summa Health, it's your health. Let's own it together. Bud Light, the world's famous light beer. Dilly Dilly. Doubletree by Hilton Akron Fairlawn, preferred hotel of Zips Athletics. By your Akron, Canton, Bryant, heating and cooling dealers. And the Spaghetti Warehouse. famous for its 15-layer lasagna.